see that. So yeah, I respect it.
What were the two comments I saw from Ed? I'll chime in on that for
Yeah,
you.
so this is what Brody said first. He said, can Bryan Turner talk about his experience at the Nike All-American Camp? Sebastian Bolden is special.
Yeah. No, so the crazy thing about the Nike All-American Camp, and I had to go and dust off. I got a book. Matter of fact, I got a book that a lot of my peers that did not get a chance to hold on to. So this is one thing when we talk about like legacy, and when I'm trying to just like usher in with a lot of the kids that I'm coaching, and and so I'm big on like these legacy medias as far as like magazines, newspapers, certain show. We don't have to sit around and wait on these guys to do stories for us and wait and do. We can just communicate this stuff ourselves with a camera. Some of these guys, you have a history of being able to write, story tell, all of that good stuff. So I hold on to that stuff. People don't know I have a degree in communications. So a lot of the things that you were into, and I think we talked about this before you even went to Drake, was like, dude, I was just like you, man. I was a big stat guy. I was a big nerd, like a huge sports nerd, sports buff. So growing up, all I wanted to do was be invited to the Nike All-American Camp. So I used to read the Street and Smith All-American books, all of these different books that used to rank people. You look and you see who's in front of you, who's behind you, what you need to do to try to get better. So it was a dream of mine. And so the Nike All-American Camp, for those that don't know, we have now the Elite 100 that's hosted here in St. Louis. Shout out to the Brad Bill Elite, formerly of the St. Louis Eagles. Shout out to Coach Rich Gray, one of my mentors that I kind of talked about a couple months ago. But was invited to the Nike All-American Camp, and a lot of folks get invited their junior year because it's really like a big All-American camp where all of these coaches go, you sit in the stands, you watch these kids for a week, and it's real camp. It's not just you going and you hooping. No, you got classes, you got seminars, you have lectures, like you have everything that they want to put in front of you to basically say, hey, you are prestige, All-American status, all of that. So I was lucky enough the year before to get invited to, it was the very first Nike Hoop Jamboree. So what we have now in St. Louis was the first time that they had one, but it was in San Diego. And I was out there with Tyson Chandler. I was out there with these guys named Andrew Zahn, Luke Rittenauer, Marcus Taylor, like all of these guys that were
with the Timberwolves. Luke Rittenauer.
Yeah, Luke Rittenauer. Real funny story. And I'm glad we kind of talking about this, man. So shout out to who dropped this question. So
Brody,
man. Shout out to Brody, man. But I'm on a plane headed to the Nike All-American Camp, and it's in Indianapolis, right? And so we're on the campus of IUPUI, Ooey Pooey, for a lot of my guys who went to Ooey Pooey. Shout out to Mo Spoon. I think Mo Spoon went to Ooey Pooey. So we're on the campus of University of, I think it's Indiana University, Purdue University of Indiana, something like that. All right. And yeah, it just, man, it was a huge experience. And so I'm getting on my airplane. I'm getting on the flight to go. No, I'll take that back. I'm getting on a flight to go to the California one, the one in California. Mm-hmm. And Luke Rittenauer is on the airplane with me. And for those that know me, man, I was like a cat growing up, like, guy in the streets, chain, Turkish, polo down. Like I was caught in myself. I was all about myself, right? Get on the plane, Luke Rittenauer is on there with a book bag and a basketball, right? And I'm like, man, who is this guy? Like, oh, all right, he must be going in the same place I'm going. Okay, about 6 feet, 6'1", probably like 175. But he reminded me so much of, you remember Pistol Pete Maravich? Pistol Pete?
Yeah, I know Pistol Pete.
So it was a movie back in the day called The Pistol, man. One of the greatest movies of all time. If you're a sports fan, man, go check out The Pistol. But everything that the Pistol did in that movie, I saw Luke Rittenauer doing it, man, in the 10th grade. And I'm like, man, this guy's serious, man. We get to lunch at the Nike Hoop Jamboree, sitting by himself, He got his basketball with him at lunch. He got his basketball with him at night. He got his basketball. So I'm taking all of this stuff in. So I'm like, man, these guys are serious. And you know me, I'm straight from St. Louis, man. So St. Louis. Shout out to the 314 day coming up. But just so St. Louis. And I'm just up here like, man, it is kids out here that are for real basketball nerds, man. Like, this kid didn't care about nothing but basketball. Now you fast forward and he's at the Nike Camp Jamboree. He's at the Nike All-American Camp. And so you become teammates with these guys. You're around these guys and you kind of start telling these stories of, hey, what did you do in your state? What did you do in your city? And these guys are, man, I scored 3,000 points. I'm All-American. I'm the all-time this of my school, the all-time that. And I'm like, it's a whole nother world out there. And this is before social media. So you had to actually like make friends and be around guys. And so a few guys that I were at Nike Camp All-American with, I don't know if you guys ever heard of, man, I got some guys on here. Michael Boynton, Boynton. I think right now he's probably a head coach. He's out of Brooklyn, New York. He was there with me. Cedric Bozeman. You remember Cedric Bozeman had a nice little stint in the league.
I heard of that name.
Arthur Barkley. He was one of the guys who was out there with me, and I'm just kind of going through this list. Mav Carter. You ever heard of Mav Carter?
I never heard of Mav Carter.
Man, Mav Carter.
No, Maverick Carter. You talking about Mav Carter?
He was out there with me.